know, this city, on the 23rd of June 2016, despite being told by the then Chancellor George Osborne that 500,000 jobs would go, despite the American President Obama coming and telling us we'd go to the back of the queue, despite big multinational businesses predicting ruin, despite the leaderships of the Labour and Conservative and Liberal Democrats telling us that Brexit would be a disaster, and despite all of that, 61% of people in Peterborough voted to leave on that day. And then, a year later, in a general election, the people of Peterborough were faced with a Conservative and a Labour candidate, both of whom said they would respect the result of the referendum and that Brexit would happen. So once again, the people of Peterborough, trustingly believing what they were doing was right, voted for Brexit. And then, Thursday week back, in a European election that should never have happened, 38% of you voted for the brand new Brexit Party, and we topped the poll here in Peterborough. And now we have yet another election in Peterborough where I'm afraid you've got to go out and vote Brexit again, and that is because the job is not done. That is because we have been willfully, consistently and clearly lied to by our mainstream political parties in Westminster, who never from day one intended to deliver the Brexit that you voted for. But, and here's the thing, the remarkable thing about this party, which is just 7 weeks and 1 day old. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? I have to say, we've been so busy, it feels a bit more like 7 years, Richard, doesn't it, really? But the remarkable thing about this party, the remarkable thing, as those results came through last Sunday evening, and boy, did I enjoy the discomfort of both the Labour and Conservative parties. Whoever thought that a brand new party, fresh on the scene, could beat the two traditional parties combined, and yet we did it, and did it comfortably. I'm very proud of what happened last Sunday evening. And next Thursday is the opportunity for the next chapter in this great story. And I think we must be doing quite well. You see, I'm quite used to knowing when I'm doing well in politics, because when a former Prime Minister, in the shape of Gordon Brown, actually comes to Peterborough to speak to a huge audience. I think 60 people turned up to see him. But when he turns up to launch what I thought was a very personal attack on my good self, now don't worry about it, I'm big enough and ugly enough and used to being attacked by former Prime Ministers, but it shows you that they were absolutely, our political establishment were absolutely mortified by what happened last Sunday. But in some ways what happens here on Thursday is even bigger. It really is, it's even bigger. Now you may look at the Labour Party and you may say, aren't they in trouble? We have a daily public row that goes on between the Deputy Tom Watson and the leader Jeremy Corbyn. We have over 1,000 alleged complaints of anti-Semitism within the party that is now being looked at by the authorities. We can, if we want to, as Brexit Party believers and supporters, if we want to, we can allow ourselves to be complacent and say that it's all going to be very easy on Thursday, but it isn't. Because the Labour Party have a very, very good, well-honed by-election campaign machine. The Labour Party have been working this ground for many, many months as they, like all the rest of us, thought the last Member of Parliament would get sent packing and isn't. I have to say, there are very few things that have happened in British politics over the last few years that I approve of, but I do think recall petitions, as exercised here in Peterborough, are a first-class idea. So don't underestimate how hard the Labour Party will try. Don't underestimate how beastly their behaviour is out on the streets as we speak. They're sinking to all the old tactics of throwing abuse against anybody that supports the Brexit Party. But then, in a sense, isn't that what the establishment have done every day since the 24th of June 2016? They've talked down to us. They've talked down to us. They think they're better than us. They think those of us that voted Brexit are all thick, stupid, lazy, fat, ignorant racists. And that's on a good day. It is that sheer arrogance, snobbery, Westminster-based ideas that they know what is best for you rather than you know what is best for you. Of the way politics and government in this country should work. They behave as if they're the masters and we are the servants. But the truth of it in democracy actually is that we are the masters and they should be the servants. In life, you do make your own luck, but I think we have been especially lucky, given the 7 weeks that we've been going, to have found a man of the integrity, the honesty, the success, not just in business, but his involvement with local charity. In fact, in many ways, Mike Green has been involved in public life and charitable giving in this city of Peterborough many, many years before the Brexit Party came along. And I tell you something, we are very, very proud to have him as our candidate in this parliament. Career politician. He didn't, I understand he didn't go to Eton, which is most unusual these days. And he didn't go to Oxford, and he didn't work at the research office, and he didn't become an MP age 28. No, he actually went out and worked for a living. How about that? Yeah, he's a real person with real views and real beliefs. And I know something. I know that if next Friday morning, or afternoon probably, he walks in to the House of Commons to be sworn in as the first Brexit Party MP, I know if that happens, we will have them on the run, and I hope and pray that it's going to happen. Now, for those that know me, some will know that I'm quite a keen military historian. And I had planned to be in Normandy next Thursday because I think the 75th anniversary is a very, very important thing. It's in many ways going to be the last time that a significant gathering of those men who were there, not just on D-Day, but in the bitter 10-week bloody battle that followed, and it's going to be the nation's last opportunity, isn't it? Really collectively to remember what they did, who they were, and the massive sacrifices they made with our real friends in the world, the Canadians, Americans, the Commonwealth, and many others. So I won't be there for D-Day, but I'll be in Peterborough for a very different kind of D-Day, because Thursday in Peterborough is Democracy Day. That is what it's and that is what this is about. This ignoring of the will of the people, this lying to people in their manifestos in the general election. This succession of MPs who have sought so hard to willfully deceive the public. You know, this isn't even about now Brexit. This is about what kind of country we live in. If the people understand, say, how can one of the oldest continuous parliaments in the world, a parliament that was called the mother of parliaments, if that parliament is allowed to overrule the democratic will of the people as freely expressed in that referendum, in the greatest democratic exercise in the history of our nation, if that is allowed to happen, what price democracy? What price liberty? What price freedom? And that is what we're